And I've seen, for the last 10 years, all their concerns, the people are on the street surviving. They're surviving. And especially since it's illegal to sleep inside the city of Ashland, they have to find some place to sleep that they won't get ticketed. And I've seen them. Many of them are really on the verge of going insane because of this terrible law that criminalizes them not being able to lay their head down and sleep inside the city of Ashland. And during the of course, the spring and the summer, there is no shelter whatsoever in Ashland, and they are liable to incur any ticket. These $260 tickets for just sleeping inside the city of Ashland. So the city of Ashland has made it it criminalizes being poor and without a home.
You have to wrap up now. Your time is.
So I'm saying that why can't there be first addressing this most important issue of shelter, which is driving these people to know that the city does not respect their human dignity at all.
Thank you.
And that may be the reason why there's all this behavior. They know the city does not respect their human dignity.
Thank you very much. Okay, Peter Lavoie and Tavasi. Tavasi, actually, you're first. And I'll call one more. That is J.C. Romero. Oh, you're going to go to the lectern.
My name is Tawasi.
Sit down if you want. Go ahead.
My name is Tawasi. I'm a homeless person here in Ashland.
Wait, Tawasi, would you hold it for a second, Barb? We need to start the clock. Thank you. Go ahead.
So my name is Tawasi. I am a homeless person here in Ashland, and I too take some issue with the laws you guys are working on. Obviously, with the help of your city attorney, you're doing your best to make them unassailable on legal grounds, which is admirable, because if you fail that, the city could be liable for some civil lawsuits. So I admire you for your diligence on that. But sadly, I'm here to condemn you for your spirit of the law. Because as much as the law has to do with being just in its following the Constitution, or in other parts of the world, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the law should also be good in spirit. The city council or the city charter touches on that. It talks about the moral obligation of the city council. And I condemned your morality last week because I felt like it was pretty immoral. Or no, it was 2 weeks ago. Anyway, I wanted to also share something from the Bible because it speaks a little bit about morality. So this says, this is from Psalms 82:3. It says, "Give justice to the weak and the fatherless, maintain the right of the afflicted and the destitute." Now, I don't want to try and say that you guys aren't biblical people, but in a very biblical sense, law is not biblical. Like we're not a theocracy. But in a democracy, you have to follow things like the Constitution. That's why we have it. There are parts of the Constitution that you're specifically going against. The First Amendment of the Constitution specifically guarantees the right to free speech. The Equal Protection Clause says that a specific group of people cannot be targeted and singled out for prosecution. Now those are, again, we come back to, listen, this is the legal side of things. Let's be legalistic. But just to talk to you as human beings, because you're a group of human beings, it's hard to see the humanity of people when you're giving testimony and they're busy looking at their iPads, Greg. Or, if people are at the city council watching television, for instance, Stephanie, it makes us feel like you're not here participating in good faith. So, we take a pledge of allegiance. We take a pledge of allegiance at the beginning of this I don't even know what to call this, television show. And at the beginning of your tenure, because let's face it, you are tenured in your positions, you're not going to be in your seat forever. You hold an office at the goodwill of the people. And that goodwill is represented by the oath of office that you take at the beginning of your tenure. Now, when you're like sitting watching television, that's not very goodwill. And obviously, the way that you're treating the homeless people in this town doesn't have anything to do with goodwill. So I just wanted to fall back to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That's what I was reading to you last week when my time ran out. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is a pretty powerful document. It comes from the United Nations. It was drafted by Eleanor Roosevelt. Some of you may have looked up to her when you were young and believed in morality. So in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 19 says everyone has a right to freedom of opinion and expression. Freedom and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek and receive and impart information and ideas through any media, regardless of frontier.
Thank you.